Hey guys, it's JC Chandler back again. Happy Saturday, and I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope that you have been creating something amazing. Today, I am going to attempt to recreate a pair of earrings that I did a little while ago. I had a request for these earrings. They were sold out and they were not on my table at the last event that I was at. And she loved them so much that she asked if I could remake them. So I'm going to remake them. She didn't respond when I reached out to her, letting her know that I was ready to recreate them. But I am going to go ahead and recreate them because I know they will sell, whether she comes back or not. And if you see these and you think you want them, let me know. But before I go any further, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that click play, share, comment. I really appreciate it. And you subscribers, y'all make my heart happy. Every single one of you make a difference to this channel, and I hope that you continue to watch because I'm getting ready to start my holiday. I've started some posting on the Facebook page, but getting started on my holiday ornaments and holiday gift products. So click the notification button so you don't miss the upcoming videos. I was thinking, and I'd love to know your feedback. I was thinking of doing kind of a 12 days of creating, kind of a play on the 12 days of Christmas. Even though it's early, I know it's early. I'm not sure how close to Christmas I would do it, but there will be a series of 12 videos creating something for Christmas. And I want your feedback. If you could, comment below and let me know what you think. Let me know what you'd like to see. All right, without any further ado, let's get started. So these are the earring blanks that I am about to turn into yumminess. And I'm going to show you the earrings the finished earrings that she asked me about. So these are the two pair. These are on my banner. These earrings show up on my banner, the one that I use when I'm at my events. Shout out to D with DJ Designs. She did my banner, and if you'd like to have one done, she can do it. And I'll have to show you guys what my banner looks like. Last time that I went to an event was the first time that I actually used it, because I had canceled some events right around the time that I got it created. So those are the earrings that I'm about to create. I want to create these. I don't know if I'm gonna do these. This was with some foils, and I'm not really trying to get messy like that right now. But these are the ones that I'm getting ready to create. I'll do these, but probably not on camera. So that's why I have two sets of blanks here. Now, because they're handmade, normally, guys, y'all know we don't do identical, right? So I'm going to do something a little different, and like these are kind of copper and gold. So I think what I might do this time is make her earrings out of this ball chain, and I'll know better once I'm finished, but probably about 3 balls will make her earring, right? Or we can do the jump ring. That's all I used for her earring. We could do a jump ring, but I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and get the foundation done. So let me tell you what I'm getting ready to use. You're gonna need something. If you have these blanks, if you don't have them, the link is below. You can grab them. They're in my on my Shopify store. Something to get creative and make our earrings. Now, if you see this one, she has a piece of a chain with a small jump ring, and it dangles. So that's the idea with this beaded one. I'm gonna keep it so it'll dangle. So, all right. And the feature behind my blanks, I was making them different skin tones. If you notice, we got a dark skinned queen and a light skinned queen. And I had about 4 different variations of skin tone that I was offering. And if you think you want them in a different skin tone, let me know, I can do that. And what I used to stain my wood was some kind of colored marker. I'm gonna test these out because I don't know if these are the ones that I want to use. So you want something to stain. We're gonna test before we get started. Something to stain. I have that, and I also have these inks that I love to use, and this will probably be the lighter one. So I will use probably the browns. I'm not sure. So I'll leave that to the side. Some markers or some inks. You're gonna need, like I said, either a chain or a jump ring, something like that. Definitely need some blanks. Because of the colors, these are metallic green, metallic black, metallic copper that I have on here. So those are the colors roughly kind of what I'm thinking of using. And these are my metallic paints. I put them into these little bitty containers with the little nose there so that I can have precision when I use them. And it's going to come in handy here too. I'm not sure if I'm going to need the precision. We'll see what's going to happen here. And I'm going to tell you why. So I need some tape too because of how I'm going to do the different paints, right? So I gotta keep them from running into each other. And this is just regular masking tape. Really, it's the cheapest brand I think I got on Amazon. By the way, if I don't mention it, everything that I can provide a link to, I will below, okay? If you don't have any paints, you can use metallic markers, right? Don't know that I'm going to use these, but this is another option. Let's see. I think that's it for now. What else? I'm not sure. We'll get to the resining, I think. Possibly. We'll see. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but y'all know the spiel. Pause and come back if you have to. So let's test out. I'm going to move this to the side. Let's test some colors. I'm going to get a blank piece of wood, like a random, like I was already testing on this one. So let's see what these 3 look like. Because I don't know which 2 colors I'm going to use. I don't think I'm going to want to use this one because I think it's too dark, and I think it's this one. Oh, yeah, that's kind of, I don't know about that. Oh, that's got some other stuff on it. Nope, I don't know if I want that. Well, it's dried out. So there's that. That solves it for me. Okay, there's that. I think I like that tone. So that's a maple. And your markers may look different from mine. And here's a cherry. Oh, I like that one too. But they almost look the same. I'm gonna keep maple, and then let's see what this looks like. Here's another piece of wood that I can test on. Ooh. This is vintage photo, and then this one's ground espresso. This is gonna be too dark for what I want to do. So let me see. Uh-oh, broke it. Could make it darker if I want. I think I'm trying too hard. I'm not going to use the ink. I'd rather use the marker. Let me close this up and put it back. I'm going to use the marker. They're a little different, but I'm not going to stress it. This one, and I think it was the chip. Let me see. I can't even. I want to use a darker one. This might be enough. Mahogany. We'll do these two, just because I think it's a little bit easier. All right, let me go ahead and get these stained. Work with this one first. I hope everybody's doing well. It's supposed to be a rainy weekend here in Atlanta, but it looks like the weather fooled me again. Yeah, this is drying out. I got these from Amazon, and man, I used the heck out of them, I guess. I'm not even gonna be able, oh, I probably didn't even need to do the top. Oh man, this is way dried out. All right, that's not gonna work. Let's go ahead and use the ink. I'm gonna need to use the ink. Let's see how that works. Just gonna be a little dark, sister. All right, there we go. I didn't want to use the ink because the ink takes a minute to dry. Okay, well, tease what it is. Let's see. There we go. Takes too long to dry, and I don't want to put the paint on top of the thing here, so I might need to wipe it dry. Let's do it this way. Get some of the excess off, and hopefully it won't take too long to dry. I'll be doing something to the back, just don't know what. I might make it black, but I may. Now, one of the ones I did as a custom gift to a girlfriend of mine is I made it double-sided, and she loved it. But I'm not going to do that with these today. That's a custom order. These are gonna just be one-sided. And if you get these blanks and you want to use them for custom orders, that's an offering you can do. You can make them both sides, and there could be a different tone, skin tone, on each side, like I did here. We have a dark skin and a light skin, and they have different color earrings, right? She doesn't have gold down there, she does. So there's a lot of different ways you can do use these. Let's see. All right, so there we go. And the wood grain is coming out on the top there, so there we go. We got two different skin tones. Love it, love it, love it. These are called, I think they're Nubian earrings. I'll have to look it up. All right, so now here's where the tape comes in. And I think I'm gonna get creative with this because I'm gonna wanna do, I was thinking I want to do the top and the bottom, but I'm gonna have to get creative. So let's do this. See if I can cut this in the middle. I'm gonna cut this down the middle. And you do you, however you figure works best. But I'm going to, let's move this one to the side and work with these. So the idea is to put the tape right where the line is for the headband, her head wrap rather. See, this ink is not quite dry, and it's not gonna stick. Let's let's try here. We'll do the bottom level first. Do the bottom level first. That's not gonna look right. I may have used a different tape last time. I can't remember now. Yeah, this ink, man, is not sticking. All right, it could be the tape. Let's see if I can find another piece of tape that's gonna stick. Get that big stuff. Get the big boy. Let's see if this works. Yeah, that's sticky. So let's see. I'm going to cut. That's sticky. There you go. That's it. Need a little more grip. That's all. Y'all don't have to do yours this way. This is just me. Yeah, see, this is not sticking to the ink. I may need to just go ahead and do these because I think it'll stick. Maybe I didn't give it enough time to dry. Just didn't give it enough time to dry. There we go. That feels like it wants to be better. Let's do that. Okay. All right, fiddling. Now, I need to put some down here. I did all that. Now I need to put some right here. We're gonna focus on that part right there. And I see I need to move that just a little bit. So imagine doing this on both sides, right? It's just takes more time. Of course, you will price accordingly. So we're gonna do the middle piece. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should not have stained, but you know, this is happening live. So what colors am I gonna use? I'm not gonna use the same colors, but I do want a nice scheme that goes together. You know what? I think I'm gonna do some blue, green, and purple. That's a queen. Doesn't matter what colors we use. Doesn't matter what colors we use. I think I'm gonna do blue in the middle. And this is gonna take some time to dry. So I have some water mixed with this to make it thin enough for me to squeeze. This paint was a lot thicker in its original container. And I'm just putting this on like I would resin. I'm gonna let this sit right there. got a feeling this is gonna go under the paint, the tape. Oops, I just made it go over the tape. My bad. So that's gonna take some time to dry, right? And I'm going to, let's see, while it's taking its time to dry, let's do something down here. I think that's where I'm gonna put some gold, just because we can. Same deal, shaking it up. Uh-oh, my tip came out. That's not cool. Scary. I must have pressed it in too deep. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna do that skinny little piece. Put this under the fan and let it dry. It's gonna take a little bit. We're gonna work with these and see what we can do without the tape, so we don't have to stop what we're doing. All right. I'm not going to, don't think I'm gonna edit this video. Let's take this off. This is going to be live with me while I create. Let's see. Let's go ahead and stain the backs of this one. And that for me is going to be a permanent marker. Let's see. Grab the permanent marker. And then we'll turn it around and do something. This is probably dry. This is the quickest and easiest way to stain your back if you have a black permanent marker. I got this from the Dollar Tree. I got it in a pack of 3 or 4. I can't remember. It's been so long. The set of the group of them that I bought has lasted me so long. I can't remember. It was probably $1 when I bought it. That's how long ago. But they didn't dry out. And if they do dry out, it's because I've used it so much. Like that one is good. So that's gonna be a nice, good black backing. And let's see. I think I still want to use this metallic. That ink has just left some fuzzies on here. I think I still want to use the metallics. So then on here, let's use these 3. So I'm going to have, that gold would look nice. Which one? I don't know. I think I'm gonna use these 3. Nope, I'm not gonna do the gold. We're gonna do these 3. So let's see how this handles the I don't have, there you are. Let me clean off my extra. Nice and sticky. I'm going to do it over here because when I lift it, I want to lift it this way. I don't want to lift it with any of the little parts getting bent over. So just keep it in mind when you have a sticky pad. Uh-oh, good Lord. This one was open. Oh, wow. This one's a little thin too. So let's see. I'm gonna do it down. I wanted it to be in the middle. And if they mix, they mix. That's how I'm feeling right about now. This one's gonna have to go under the fan too. There we go. So there's that, and I think they're gonna mix. They are going to mix. By mistake, but I'm not gonna intentionally mix them. Oh, see? They just pulled right into each other. Okay, that's how it's gonna work. Get that bubble. Ooh, that's gonna be pretty. Love that metallic look. Now, I told y'all I love resining. Y'all know I do. We will be putting resin on the top of this, okay? But this is reminiscent of resining because of the focus and the fact that I have a pointed stem, and you know, I'm just kind of paying attention to what I'm doing here. I'm gonna do that. Oh, see, it likes to pull in to the other color. I think I'm gonna like this. I didn't even need the tape, did I? That was just unnecessary. I don't want to stand this up because the paint is still wet and it will drip. So what I'm going to do is see if I can pop the bubbles. Unlike resin, when there's a bubble, I do not put a flame to this. Basically, I let it be. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. I think I am going to put some gold down here. Put some gold down at the bottom. Oh, the thing came out again. I might need to change my bottle. Slow down and pay attention. There we go. And these are not like any of the others that I've done before. Which is why I love creating individual, one-of-a-kind, handmade pieces. And even if you had these blanks, you wouldn't do them the same way I'm doing them. They won't look the same. These are beautiful. Oh my God. The colors are nice. I'm glad I chose these colors. All right, see how it's dipping into the, I'm not even gonna mess with it. That color at the top is dipping into the one in the middle. Now, if it takes over too much, then I'll put more of this back on there. But it's probably because I picked it up and it dripped down. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this under the fan and let it dry. This is gonna take a while. Man, these are beautiful. I might be making more. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hold on. I don't think these other ones are ready yet. Let's see. Oh. But I'm not gonna wait for these to dry to take the tape off. They're almost dry, but they're dry enough that we can do what we just did. And there shouldn't be any bleeding because there's something in the middle, which is what I had in mind when I started with the middle. I didn't even realize I'm forgetting about the gold, which could still be wet. Put this down like this. Gold, I got a little bit of gold on my hand. Messed around, didn't even need the tape. That's okay. That's how I did it last time. At least that's how I remember. but we switch it up. I think that's one reason why a lot of us, we're like, I can't even remember how I made that. So I don't know if, you know, when people ask to have something recreated. That was the middle. I thought I was doing this one. Wow. Okay. Let's see. We got blue. Green. I think I wanted the green in the middle. So let's do this. See what happens. Off the cuff, y'all. I left a lot of space there, but I'm gonna go ahead and fill it in. I'll probably let that bottom part get filled in with blue after the green dries. So there's that. Those are still gonna be pretty. All right. Yeah, I touched that gold. I'm gonna have to redo that one. Put a little bit more. So purple's going on at the top. And let's do this one first. Oh my God, that's pretty. You can't go wrong too much when you have metallic paints. Such a beautiful combination. All right, let me see if I can get that blue in there right now because it's bothering me. Okay. And now, let me put this gold touch up. Because the gold out of all of them is the thickest one. I'll just touch this up. Like it has the least water, and that's fine because I did it on purpose for a different project that I was working on. So it's going to take longer to dry. These are going to be beautiful. I'm going to resin the top of these. Let's see, the earring. Since the blue is dry, I can try and play around. I know it's going to be 3, so let me cut this. 3 of these. That ain't working. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I think I might want to do something different. Let's see if I can do. I like that hoop though. I think I like that. That's different. What y'all think? Just a little different. We'll see what happens after they dry. I'll be right back. All right, looks like we got some dry pieces here. Let's see. So there's the colors: bronze, gold. Oh gosh, I don't even know the names of these colors, but look at that. Now when we put the resin on, it's going to pop. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more. Nope, I'm gonna leave these just like that. That's the beauty of Handmade. So I'm gonna leave that, and let's see what these look like. I touched this gold when I was laying it down. So these are dry. These are ready for the first coat of resin. Which one's your favorite? I love them both. All right, let's see. So y'all know my thing with resin. I'm gonna use this one because it is the most used when I use resin, and this one's nice and clean, so I don't want to mess it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with these. So I use Let's Resin clear hard type. Use whatever you want. I highly recommend a thick viscosity UV resin, and I have my Let's Resin UV light, and I always use a brush to put the first coat on, so let me go ahead and do that. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I love this. This one I like. I love neutral colors. I'm always earth tones and neutrals. So I think that is a little too much, but that's okay. I'll put some over here. I really just want a really thin coat. Really thin coat. I'm going over the sensitive areas first, and then I'm gonna brush it. Now sometimes the ink will bleed into the resin, and that's this one. So it may turn my resin a little bit brown, my brush a little bit brown, so I'm trying to work fast. I'm just doing a light coat so that the resin on the next level layers will have something to grab onto. And this resin may pull back from the paint, and that's okay. A nice little dab more. There we go. Now if you don't have a resin lamp like I have, I'm gonna show you. I have a like a little flashlight that I use also, which is like this, and then it's got that UV on there, so you can use this as well. It may take a little bit longer, but it will work. So let me put this here. Always keep your eyes covered as best you can. I'm not gonna let this sit for the whole 2 minutes because it's a thinner layer and it's not necessary at this time. Now you can use other mediums to cover your if you don't have UV lamp or UV resin, you can use triple thick, or you can use Duraclear. This is a matte version, this one's a gloss version, and either one will work. They will not dry as quickly as UV resin, but depending on how thin the coat is that you put on there, it may take just a short time. And I think that's all for the possibilities of what I would recommend. I have a couple of other glossy finishes. There we go. So that's just enough for me to start my next layer, which I also will use my brush, usually a second time. So let's do this. And this time I'm not spreading it as far out because I want it to almost get ready to dome. So I'm just kind of, I don't know, what do you call this? Spickling it on? I don't know. Kind of like with the tip of my brush. And on the corners, you got to be careful. A lot of times I have messed up, and because I am recording, chances are I'm gonna, hopefully not, but may get some down in those tight corners right there. And I don't want to, but sometimes it just happens. And I usually will try to go around them, avoid them as much as I can. I learned that the hard way because I was doing a heart, and right in the V of the heart is where the resin would fall into and just kind of drip down to the back. And it didn't mess up totally, because you can fix it if you take your time, but you know, it just took a little bit of work, a little bit extra steps. So I'm gonna give this, I'm gonna wait to do this because I don't want to mess these up. I'm gonna pay attention to what I'm doing. Just getting a little bit of bubbles out. And we're gonna do this one more time. Alright, so let's see. Yes, very nice. Now I'm gonna use my tool that I use for resin and take my time on this one. So what I like to do is get the hard parts first. Try to stay away from that corner. And this is why I like the thicker resin, because you can control it just a little bit more. If this were thinner resin, as I tipped it over to the edge, it would fall off. So I'm going kind of around that corner, leaving a nice little opening so it doesn't dip into there. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know I like to turn my piece around. So hopefully this doesn't make you dizzy. If it does, I'm sorry. It is my process. It's how I work. All right. Oh, too close to the corner now. That's gonna fall through. Made a boo-boo. We'll see. This is the last coat that I'm gonna put on here. Man. Let's see if I'm making a mistake by doing this. It is what it is at this point, right? Just trying to get that corner early. That one's gonna fall into. Yep, I can see it fell through there. We'll see. We put some more flame to it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the earrings on this one. It's not gonna dangle. It's just gonna be embedded in the ear. Alrighty, let's see. So there we got that one. So I like that. I'm gonna do this one off camera and I'll come back and show you the finished pieces. Well, I'm thinking about using that for this one. I think it's going to be yummy. All right, I'll be back after I have finished these. All right, guys, here they are, nice and complete. I put some bling on this one. Don't know if you can see that, but I am in love with these. And then these got the ball chain earrings, but I love them. Which one is your favorite? I like them both. If you want these, hit me up, DM me, let me know. Brand new. Catch them before they go on the website. All right, guys, go create something amazing. See you soon.